indeed. Welcome to the 15th annual Other Israel Film Festival. I'm Rabbi Levitt, the CEO of the Marlene Meyerson JCC in Manhattan, and I cannot tell you how amazing it is to see you all here in this beautiful, newly renovated Goldman Sonnenfeld Auditorium. Yes, you may absolutely clap. Mitchell Kurtz, our architect, designer, is here with us tonight. Mitchell, thank you, thank you, thank you. A huge thank you to you. We are deeply grateful to the Goldman Sonnenfeld family, whose original gift made this auditorium possible and whose renewed commitment brought us to this glorious moment. Thank you as well to the Loriam Tisch Illumination Fund for their enduring commitment to the JCC, and to every single person who has purchased a seat or will purchase a seat in honoring or memory of someone near and dear. You're going to see some flyers outside. This is a shameless plug for those of you who wish to help us finish this project by adding your name to the to a particular seat. You'll have a way to do that here. All of you have helped us create this beautiful space, made ever so much more beautiful by your presence tonight. When we decided to renovate the auditorium, it was because after 20 years of nonstop usage, with over 1,000 people here each week, it was clearly time. But what we have done means so much more now than just a simple renovation. Yes, the seats are more comfortable, the sound is better, we are more accessible, the aesthetic is beautiful. But what this moment really means for me is what we are saying to each of you. We are here, we are back, stronger than ever. Sorry. We have not given up on each other or the vital work that we will do to continue to, We have not given up on each other or the vital work that will continue to go on here at the JCC in this space. And I could think of no better inaugural event than the Other Israel Film Festival. Last year's pivot to a virtual festival widened our audience in so many ways, and I couldn't be prouder of the Other Israel team for their creativity and perseverance. Last year was our most successful Other Israel Festival to date in terms of attendance. But having this festival in person is what really matters to us. Our mission at the JCC is ultimately to create community, and sure, we've learned how to do that virtually, but we delight in what we are seeing here tonight. Movies are just better together. Conversations are more natural in person. This theater was made for you. It was redesigned to better serve our community. Please come for more. We love seeing you on Zoom, but now it's time to see you in person. To our amazing, words cannot describe, our tech team, to Jeff, Sam, Matt, and their entire team, who has kept us connected during these long virtual months and has worked literally around the clock to enable us to open tonight. We are deeply grateful. To our facilities team, and to Hillel Hyman, my colleague, who has overseen every step of this renovation. Thank you, thank you. As always, a huge congratulations goes out to the Other Israel team, Juliet, Miranda, Yara, and of course, the amazing Isaac Zablocki. They define the term grace under pressure. I want to give a special thank you to all of our supporters who helped us get through these very challenging times. We are not out of the woods yet, so keep supporting us. I want to give a special shout out to Francoise Simon for her ongoing generous support. For the entirety of my tenure at the JCC, I have had a steadfast partner who worked beside me in everything we do. From the moment she served on an Israel task force in 1998, to her family's decision to name our beloved nursery school, to the creation of the Other Israel Film Festival, Carole Zabar has inspired me, encouraged me, and supported everything that the JCC has become. You know her as the founder of the Other Israel Film Festival, but she is so much more than that, a member of our board and our executive committee, and my right and left hand. This is my last Other Israel Film Festival as the CEO. Next year, I will be sitting with you as a member of the community with pleasure and with pride. So it is a tremendous honor to introduce you to the guiding light of the festival and my dearest of friends, Carole Zabar.
Joy's making a mistake by stepping down, but okay. I want to start out by saying first, thank you to the people who support me. The first is my husband, Saul, who's sitting in the audience, who is not only at my side, but he has never said no to anything that I wanted to do. He's a great man. Second is Isaac Zablocki, who I refer to as my best child. Yitzi he's my right and my left hand. Without him, I just don't know what I would do, both in life and in this film festival. Then there's Joy. Joy and I are like partners in crime. We're like two cowboys. And we've had a great time. I'm really sorry she's stepping down, but God bless. And lastly, my dear friend Mohammed Bakri. It was he who really inspired me to do this festival and continues to inspire me all of these years. He's sitting in the back, and Mohammed, I can't thank you enough. So I'm thrilled to see everybody here. As my sister-in-law said, this is the first time we're here in like a public gathering. And that's what's so thrilling. We've gone through the most terrible, terrible time. And here we are, we're sitting together, and we've learned to rely on each other. And what we've learned is this horrible pandemic just didn't fall on one group, it fell on everybody. Jew, Hindu, Muslim. We got through it, and we learned that we're all the same. My hope is that next year the pandemic will be behind us, acharenu. And my hope is that Israel will continue to go forward, and that Jews and Palestinians will keep learning more and more to treasure each other, to help each other, and to see that they're both living in the same land and they're the same people. So I hope you enjoy the films. And again, I thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Carole. Thank you, Saul. Thank you, Muhammad. I want to give this is a new season is about to kick off, which is the season of thank yous to Joy. And I'm going to take this moment to publicly thank Joy as she retires in less than 2 months. I can't believe it. She has been my boss for 17 years. And I want to make it clear that it is rare to find an executive director of a JCC who would get behind a festival like Other Israel. This does not happen. I say this every year. This does not happen in every community. Joy gets behind what truly matters and is not afraid to be ahead of the curve. I think the rest of the world is catching up with us. I can only imagine the trouble she'll make once she's retired. So, Joy, thank you for all the support. I want to give a big thank you to all the people who make this festival happen. This really could not happen without our volunteers and our interns. And a big thank you to our amazing team here, Yara Kedem, the Associate Director, Morgan Magid, who was our program manager and has moved on leading up to the festival. Yeah, we haven't forgotten. Juliet Klitz is our new program administrator, Miranda Lee, our program associate, Shana Davis, our partner coordinator, Carmel Dotan, our guest coordinator, and they do so much more than just their job descriptions. I want to give a big thank you to our marketing team here at the JCC, and our PR team, Eric, Jessica, Stephen Raphael, and Denise Sinella from Required Viewing, who have done amazing press for this festival, our box office and AV teams that have been working tirelessly. And again, another huge shout out to our CFO, Hillel Hyman, who, and I'm not thanking him for managing our budget for once, but rather for making sure that all the paint was dry in this room before he sat down in it. A big thank you to Megan Whitman for all of her support. Most of our films are available this week, both in person and virtual. We're in that hybrid stage right now. So please make sure that all your friends around the country know and will join us for events. Please be here throughout the week, not just for opening night. We are proud to have many of the filmmakers coming this week, and that'll give us an opportunity to dive in deeper to all the amazing themes that these films are exploring. Rona Kenan is here with us tonight from Mission Hebron, which is going to screen on Saturday. Those who could not be here this year for many reasons will join us virtually. So we urge you to be a part of those conversations as well, and hope we could have great, respectful conversations. This festival is not simply entertainment. We believe here that cinema is an effective tool for change, and we hope this festival inspires you to take further action and engagement. And this is where we thank our partners and those who carry all this work behind these films all year round. We have many of them, and I hope you saw some of them on the slide before, and you could check out our partner page on our website. But just to mention a few, I'd like to highlight J Street Encounter, the Interagency Task Force on Arab-Israeli issues, Partners for Progressive Israel, The Forward, the Abraham Fund initiatives, Peace Now, and of course, one of our founding partners and a core partner here, the New Israel Fund, Defenders of Democracy. Every year, the New Israel Fund creates a guide of the organizations that relate to each specific film, and that makes it interactive. So when you feel inspired, check those organizations out. Tomorrow night, we are screening episodes of the new Israeli TV series Nafas by Meisaloon Hamoud. She's the filmmaker of our 2017 opening film, In Between, if you saw that one. So join us for that and more. Tonight's film. Let me start by saying that for over a decade, through the Other Israel Film Festival and the generosity of Carole Zabar, we've been sponsoring dozens of films and supporting the work of dozens of filmmakers, including some of the films that are here this year, like Nafas, What If, Ehud Barak on War and Peace, Cinema Sabaya, The Fourth Window about Amos Oz. And 2 years ago, we started the Israel Film Center Fund, which was a fund to further support Israeli cinema. Tonight's film, Let It Be Morning, was the first film to be supported by the fund. Not bad. We're also supporting Blue Box at this festival, but I want to thank the team behind that. Barbara Dobkin, Alice Gottesman, Peter Joseph, Elizabeth Scheuer, Tony Felsen, Sheila Lambert, and Marty Meyerson for continuing to expand the support of Israeli film, and specifically tonight's film. Tonight's film could not be more perfect for the Other Israel Film Festival. Eran Kularin, who's here with us tonight. Eran, thank you so much for being here. He's, of course, the filmmaker of the band's Visits that we get credit, according to Oren Wolf, it was conceived in this very room as a musical to go on to win, of course, all the greatest awards, the Tonys and many more. And we have many of the cast and crew here tonight, and applause for a fabulous job. He also was here with his film Beyond the Mountains and the Hills, which was one of our highlights, was it 4 years ago? Really one of my favorites. Said Kashua, the writer of the book that tonight's film is based on, has been here many times for the festival and is a good inspiration for the festival. Alex Bakri, the main star that you'll get to know very well in this film, is a former guest of the festival and a nephew of Muhammad Bakri, who's here with us tonight. It all connects. It all comes back to Other Israel. As you may know, Let It Be Morning went on to win the Israeli Ophir Award for Best Picture and many other awards, and is the official submission for Israel to the Oscars. The film will have a big Oscar run, and it's your job, if you love the film, to help support that. Get the word out. Tell your friends. Let us know if you're interested in supporting. We will be behind this campaign. I'm also very pleased to introduce you all to Karen Michael. Where's Karen? Karen Michael is producer of the film from Dory Media, and she's a good person to talk to about how to support this film's run. 26 years ago tonight, Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated. And that for many, and with that, and for many, the hopes for peace were lost. Tonight's film shows us a productive collaboration between Palestinians and Jews in Israel. It shows us that people are still yearning for peace and working towards this dream. Stay seated after the screening for a conversation with Eran Kolerin and our good friend Annette Insdorf, who will lead the conversation. Annette Insdorf, of course, is a professor of film at Columbia University School of Arts and will be moderating and moderates the popular Real Pieces series at the 92nd Street Y, if you've heard of that place. And I want to give a big thank you to all of the supporters of tonight's film who made this all possible. We will get started in just a moment when I find my place. I think I'll just tell you that without further ado that after the conversation, we're going to have a reception upstairs. Please stay masked till then. Of course, we won't force you to wear your mask while you're eating. But we want to make this safe for everyone. Thank you all for being here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you right after the screening. Silence your cell phones and enjoy the film.